Well, yeah! Okie dokie, artichoke. What is going on, everybody? It's me, Uncommon Soap, and we're here today to see if we can beat 9 or 10 Nuzlocks in a row. We're on game number 2. We beat Faulkner the other night. TL, how are you? I know I said that I would be on early, then I said, nah, I'll be on late. Oh, I don't know if I'll be on at all. And then I said, never mind, I'll be on in an hour. And now here I am. So we'll see who comes out. Because whenever I do these early streams, it's always kind of random, you know? It's kind of random. It's kind of like silly. But I appreciate you popping in, CL, and anybody else who's out there. I really, really love it. But yeah, no, we'll play for a little while. And if we get rolling, you know, if we get some folks to come hang out, then we'll keep on going, you know? What is this, Route 32? Yeah. All right. So let's see how much of Johto we can do. That's our goal here this afternoon, this evening. So I'm doing all right, man. Okay, that's a doopy, obviously. I am doing okay. I figured out, I can't remember if I talked to you about this or if I just talked to Mabe about it. Or I don't remember exactly the conversation that, of course I crit it, that we all had the other night. But I wanted to, you know, make... Oh, yeah. I'm making a lot of sense right now. Me wanting to make a ROM hack or a fan game or whatever, and I did not know what to do for a ROM hack because I couldn't figure out any of the Hex Maniac stuff. So then I downloaded the tools to make a fan game. But then obviously map making and stuff like that, I was not 100% good on. But I did find some very helpful people in the Hexmaniac Advanced Discord, which is the primary like ROM hacking program that you use for Gen 3. And I found a ROM that was just, you know, fire red, but it had a, you know, the physical special split, it had fairy typing, it had dex nav, it had a bunch of like stuff already coded in to the base ROM itself. So then I started working on that, and I started making my own improved Kanto ROM hack. I changed up all the gym leaders' teams. I changed up the encounters to be both Gen 1 and 2. I just did my first like test of it, my first run, and it all works. So I'll release that as a video in a couple of weeks, and then, you know, if folks like it, then I'll keep on going and going, and keep on making this damn thing. I'm really excited though. I think it turned out pretty well, and it's a hell of a lot better than anything I could have possibly have imagined doing on my own. I'm very happy about that. Wicked happy about that. So it won't be the video that comes out tomorrow, but it'll probably be the video that comes out. I guess like. No, I mean, I kind of have to teach Kilo Rock Smash. I guess I get rid of Defense Curl. Huh. But yeah, man. Made my own little ROM hack. And then it is just kind of like... Mabe is doing so much great work with Ethereal Red. That channel is incredibly talkative. Hero is doing a little bit more work with helping me out with another region. So it's like, I got options. I got all sorts of options. And I'm really excited about those options. What is is it 17 or 15? 17. Okay, cool. But yeah, I'm psyched. I'm super psyched. We got some other folks hanging out in here. What is going on, guys and gals of the internet? Yeah, we started early, RD. Yeah, so on Thursdays, I normally try to start early. Oh, well, there you go. Here I am. I normally try to start a little early on Thursdays. I didn't think I'd be able to start early because I did not know if my mother-in-law would be able to do like bath and bed and stuff. My daughter's over there tonight, but she said she can, which is great. So that means I'll be able to play, stream a little bit early. You know, if Evie has trouble falling asleep or something changes and I got to do story time and you know, the daddy stuff, then I'll stream until like 8:30 my time. But if everything goes according to plan, I'm just going to play, you know, until I don't feel like it anymore. Or if we don't have anybody hanging out with us, then yeah. We avoiding. Oh, this is our first not dupe. So I could catch Onyx. All right, so let's see if we can get Onyx. Fight probably won't KO. Nice. All right, I will take Onyx all day long. Get in that great ball, my love. Did not get in the great ball. Go for a scratch. I'm still bound, huh? It's because he wanted the fancy balls. Because he wanted the white ball. Did not want the white ball. Nice, dude. No, I appreciate coming in, man. Come on. All right. One more scratch. Woo-hoo-hoo, boy, howdy. Can you stop binding me? I kind of need to be alive. All right, I'm free from the bind. Does anybody... Oh, I have Sing, right? I do. All right, so let's get fodder in there. And put this little fella to sleep. Shall we? All right, perfect. But yeah, no. That's what I was doing. All my downtime for work today was working on that ROM hack. So I'm really excited that did some stuff. I know, seriously. So, okay, cool. We got Onyx. I'm gonna name it. Can I help you? Name it Brockette. Or Broadette. Yeah, Broadette. Hold on, I gotta make it shorter for the sake of character count. There, Brockette. But yeah, no, I you know, obviously everything that I did for the ROM was first pass. So I definitely need to the guy that made the base that I use had added in Megastones for the starters, just like on the ground. So the fact that the only megas in the game right now are your starter, even though I made the bosses a lot harder, definitely put you at a pretty huge advantage. So I need to add the other megas into the game. I also thought I was worried about making the bosses too hard. And this is where I'll have to get opinions from people that don't do Nuzlocks necessarily as often as I do, because I think it was too easy. The Elite Four would have been tough, if I wasn't the one that designed them. But all the gym leaders, none of them really gave me an issue, which I was expecting them to. So I'll have to figure out what I want to do. All right, so we're not going to get an encounter here. Because like I always say, we are guaranteed a Heracross. If I should have, I don't know why I did that. I'm guaranteed a Heracross if we wait until Headbutt, because then we'll have 2 headbuttable trees. So we'll do that. So don't you all worry about that. Yeah, you use that Mudsport, doggy dog. You do that thing, man. Rock Smash, see you later. And up next comes my chop, so no thank you. We'll get Tony in there. I'm excited about that, but it also makes me think that maybe I should probably, if Mabe was here, I could talk to him about it. But the base of the ROM that I had might have some stuff that he wants to add in, and I don't know how you combine the 2 bases together or whatever. But I'll see if that's something that I can share with him if he so wants for Ethereal Red. But it definitely makes me happy that there's a lot of tool sets already pre-built into there. So if I can figure out how to write events and map certain things, then that would be wonderful. Do you give me a... Okay, no, you're just general information. Well, I think you mean Genlocke. Not that other word you said. But a Genlocke... Also, hello. Welcome, my friend. That's exciting, right? It's so fun. And all I did was edit bosses and change routes. Like I didn't do, you know, because it's still fire red. I didn't go too crazy. But like even just like, you know, spent like 7 or 8 hours doing those things. I felt fulfilled and I didn't even like make the game it said. So a Genlocke is an interconnecting Nuzlocke. So you do 1 game per region. You know, your dupes and deaths follow you throughout each game, and your surviving championship team members get put back to level 5 and go into the next game with a variety of perks. So we beat Fire Red last week, and our surviving team members, we had Geodude, Magnemite, we had Golem, Magneton, Arcanine, Hypno, and Wigglytuff. So they each got to come over with an egg move. Anybody who gets onto a subsequent game, I can choose their nature, and then after that, you can start maxing out individual IVs. Otherwise, they keep their same nature and IV that they had in their previous iteration. So yeah. So I had a Golduck, but our Golduck went down to Rando in the final champion battle. So we picked up Totodile, which is great because it's jolly. So I will take that all day long. So that's where we're at here. We are in Azalea Town, which means we're going to have to deal with Kurt and Team Rockets. I think Proton, right? Yeah, it's Proton here. What level is this Coughing on? Do I need... Coughing's only on level 12. So I don't need to do anything. Well, yeah, so I think... So what I kind of want to do, Clear, is... You know, I'm using these tools right now to kind of figure out how it works, you know, how to do basic stuff. And then by time Hero is done with the New England region stuff, which I don't have a timetable on that. You know, he has normal job stuff to do. I'm getting ready for the rest of the year. Honestly, if that takes, you know, 6 months to a year to get that dex, that's fine. But I think I would want to try to make my own game once I have those Pokemon. So whether that is a ROM or a fan game, I'll have to play with both tool sets to figure out. Yeah, exactly. I got to figure out how this stuff works. I guess I get rid of Rock Polish because I cannot get rid of Rock Throw. I literally can't get rid of Rock Smash. But yeah, I also need to go through. I think in the next patch that I do with the game I'm making, I need to add the other Mega Evolution Stones. I need to round out the TMs because there's only the regular Fire Red TMs in there right now, which are, you know, are fine, but you know I have Fairy typing in there and whatnot. I want to get more TMs in there, so I have to flesh out the rest of the TMs. And either scatter those around or just like add them to the Celadon department store, just like to be able to pick up. And I think I need to make the gym leaders harder. And I also want to fix the Rival and Giovanni fights before their final fights because I didn't change any of those. So I did not mean to use Magnitude. Oh yeah, man. Kila's the homie. Geodude is such a powerhouse for the first 3 gyms of this game. And like the fact that I got rid of Rock Polish is making me a little angry because that's normally my move against Wickney is to get 2 Rock Polishes and then go for it that way. And actually, I don't know. So I'm going to catch Heracross, obviously. I don't know who I'm going to get rid of for Heracross. The answer might be Tonin. It might be Tonin, because I don't think Tonin's going to do me anything against... It won't be Hypno against Morty yet. So I think its base stat total will be too low. Or it's Fodder that I get rid of, but, you know, Wigglytuff has kind of become the mascot of the channel, whether or not I like that. So it's like I feel like I can't get rid of Wigglytuff. No. So the thing is, like, I want it to be more difficult than a regular game, but I want it to be very doable. So, you know, like, Like, I'm not making Radical Red, you know, I'm making Pokemon Anil or what's it called? Or Pokemon Z, you know, like it's a little bit more difficult, but I'm not trying to like ruin somebody's day, but I want you to have to think about what you're doing. Which, you know, like I left Brock basically alone, but I gave Geodude with Brock and Misty, I mostly left them alone. I just gave their Pokemon better movesets, and then I replaced Staryu with Psyduck. And then Surge, I gave him Electabuzz instead of Pikachu. So, and then going forward after that, every other leader, I just gave one additional Pokemon and then tried to give them like a decent moveset. But I didn't give any of them any hold items. I didn't do any EVs or IVs. So it's like, yeah, if you have a fire, you know, if you have Arcanine, you're still going to OHKO every single one of Erica's Pokemon. Like, it doesn't matter that I gave Roselia Toxic Spikes. It's never going to have the opportunity to set that up. You know, stuff like that. How easy do we get a Moonstone here? Not a Johto gamer. So, technically, once you get to Goldenrod City, the Pokeathlon Dome, depending on what day of the week it is, you would have access to every stone, depending on the day of the week. So when I get to the Pokeathlon Dome, I'm just going to go into PKX and give myself the stones. Because I would have them. You know what I mean? Wow, 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 wow. So, you know, after we beat Whitney, you know, I can get Arcanine and Wigglytuff is kind of how we're going to go about it. There is a Moonstone. I think the way you get a legit, like a Moonstone is, I think with Surf and the Ruins of Alph, you can get a Moonstone. And then for the Elemental Stones, it's either specific trainers calling you on the phone or showing Bill's grandfather when you get to Kanto, different stones. And I don't feel like messing with that. I'm not doing that. I ain't about that life. I don't need Odor Sleuth. All right, 15. No, I can get everybody to 17. I'm not going to level up. I haven't played Gold, Silver, or Crystal in probably 20 years. I have not played it since it was the contemporary game. I do not have the same, while I love those games, I do not have the same nostalgia for Gen 2 that I have for Gen 1. Like, even after Gold and Silver came out, I was still mostly playing Yellow. I was that obsessed with, like, you know, the team that I used. I was that Gen 1 pilled. Yeah, I never had that's tempting, but no. I didn't have a Game Boy Advance until Fire Red and Leaf Green came out. So I didn't play there we go. I never actually played what's it called? I never played Emeralds until like emulation really became a thing. Ah, beans. I messed that up. Plate Wife. Where is your boy tonight? I hope he's a gentleman. Maybe you won't find out what I know. Mort Jr. used a heat wave. I didn't realize Mort Jr. was a lady Mort. Doesn't really matter. All right. Gadoosh, and let's get Geodude back up front. Oh wow. Hey, you know what, man? That's fine. But no, it was uh I have three brothers. So oh geez, you turning out. I don't think I've ever seen it do that before, but that's fine because it means I'll get level 18. Um so obviously like Game Boys, the Pokemon games largely were a little bit different because it was more of a it's your Game Boy, you're playing your game. But we were fortunate enough to have a lot of that to basically like from Super Nintendo on, we would have at least one generation console because between the four of us, it was like, all right, you buy one thing and that's good for every kid. You know what I mean? So you didn't have to worry about um just one big present for everybody. Same thing with games. It was like, all right, cool. We'll each get one game for Christmas, for our birthday, whatever. So, growing up, we always had a pretty big library. Game Boy games are a little bit different. Like I got a Game Boy Pocket for my birthday when in '98 when Red and Blue came out. Like that was like my gift. And then yeah, but for Super Nintendo N64, PS2, all that stuff. I mean, honestly, might be the only perk. Might be the only perk of all those kids. I always forget about this fight, but it's fine. Geodude leading's okay. I'm pretty sure Zubat's up first. It was Ghastly first. Get out of here, dog. Although 19 is Whitney, so I do need to swap. I cannot allow you to fight anymore. Yeah, no, man, that's... I definitely know that I was still very privileged. Why did Heat Wave not work? Just miss? Let's go. Take that all diggity dong dong day long. And we'll get Tonin in there. Do not love the Supersonic. I've got to say, I do not love that. Get in there, Winzip. All right, that's better. Boom. All right. Go heal up. Yeah, right? All right. So going into this forest, I mean, I guess I don't have to talk to Headbutt Guy. I can just get my hair across now, huh? All right. Although I should see if I can buy more Great Balls or something. There we go. By 20 more balls, because I'm not convinced that I will be able to get the damn thing. Oh, I didn't get anything in Slowpoke well, huh? I'll have to keep that in mind if I need another water Pokemon. All right, so Apom. So I do need to catch the Apom. Like I was saying. Please don't Oko this thing. Please. Okay, cool. Great. And now I can backtrack over to 34 or 33, whatever's on the other side of this. Try and Monkey. Monkey. All right, so Azalea Town, we got Apom. Boom. And let's just go heal that tiny bit, a little HP up, so that way we're ready to rock it. Let's do this. And then we got 33. And now... All right, this one's got something in it. We already caught a Spearow in Kanto, so we can go ahead and... Can't escape. Really? I'm that much slower? Are we serial? I am that much slower than a frickin' Spearow? Dog! Did not mean to put it to sleep. That was an accident. There we go. Another Spearow. Yeah, it just couldn't get up and roll away. Again, I was thinking about it today as I was thinking about like what our team's going to be. And it's just, I do think it's funny, like how things kind of happen. Like, I've always liked Jigglypuff and Wigglytuff fine. But like, I would never like say that that's my Pokemon. Like, that's not the Pokemon that I associate with. I've always liked it. I liked how sassy it was in the anime. I thought it was a very good bit. I've always loved it. But like, it's never like my top dude. But just the existence of fodder in that Infinite Fusion Nuzlocke just makes Wigglytuff more than Bibarel, I think, because it has the eyes and the ears. Got them bunny ears, got them big green eyes. So our homie is Wigglytuff. But like, you know, if I was the type of guy that had like not my thumbnail, if like my channel logo was a Pokemon or had a Pokemon in it, it would have to be Wigglytuff. It would have to be. And most people don't watch me stream. Like, less than 10% of the people who watch my videos watch me stream. So it's just like, nobody would know or understand why in the heck Wigglytuff is such an important part of my YouTube existence. Also, it usually does not take me this long to find a freaking Heracross. Homie? Stop with the sandy tank. Come on, man. All right, I gotta put somebody fast out front. That roared out of here. Get out of here. Here, let's put Mort out front. A little better luck with that. Oh, wait, no, because if you have a Pokemon with Intimidate out front, it's more likely to freaking not want to hang out with you. Okay, you're fast enough to run away. Give me Heracross. My daughter is on her way home right now, which means I have in between 30 minutes and question mark to play this video game. And I do not want my entire stream to be Bugsy followed by headbutting trees. And I know that people live for this shit. You know, people watch Shiny Hunters. I could never do that. I could never do that. So I know people just want to hang out. And I want to hang out with all of you. But I feel like if I'm not being productive on the Nuzlocke part of the Nuzlocke, then I'm not doing my job. You know? All right. This is getting a little bonkers. I'm happy that you're happy, Tony. And I think this is the same guy. I think this is the same Spearow. Like, it's the same one. It has to be the same one. And now its wife is out for revenge. And I run. And we're going to headbutt another tree. And then we'll see. Where is the Heracross? Show me the beetle that bonks with its head. Yeah, let's try a different tree. I did find some Apoms. That's why I was like, maybe this tree's not bad. But I can't afford going in the grass. Provide me with what I desire. Provide me with what I desire. How about thee? Stop with the monkeys and the birds. Provide the beetle. Or suffer the wrath of Tonin Jr. Celia. Oh, no, not that's a Celia time. How about this one? Or have one of these? Aha! What about this angle? You son of a bitch. Give me what I need from you, you dirty little bird. I want my Hara-Barra lair across. Everybody mare across. Dabba-dabba-dooba-daw. Everybody Hara cross. Hara cross, Hara cross, Hara cross, Hara cross. Everybody gonna go to the Hara cross, Hara cross, Hara cross, Hara cross, Hara cross. Everybody going to the Hara cross. Hara cross, 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 Hara cross, 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 Hara cross, 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 cross. Hara cross, 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 Hara cross, cross, Hara yum. Cross. Provide. This is such baloney. Here we go. This bird mocks me. What is a bird to a king? Woo! I have taken me. Get him, Tony! All right, hold on. If I bonk this one, I'm on Route 33 now. Nope, that's not it. CL! All right, RD. Thanks for popping in, man. I did not know that. Every headbutt tree has its own encounter rate. But does it, so question, does that mean that a tree that I'm headbutting that does not produce anything, it will never produce anything? Is that how it works? So like this one produces something. So that means I have to headbutt this one. Normally I get my Apom here, and then I get the Heracross and Azalea. Which tree produces Heracrosses? Heart gold. Which tree has Heracross? Okay. So it looks like people are reporting this tree. But I see. But nothing's happening. Nothing is happening. And I just want the tree to go bunk. I want a tree full of heresy for my crossy crew. Come on, baby boo. Heracross, where are you? I would like to findeth you. Heracross, I don't see. Why don't you want to hang out with me? I've been headbutting trees for as long as I can remember. Okay, so repels don't affect headbutting. Let's go! Level 5? All right, let's get the Intimidate off first. Ooh, boy, how he got endurance. I don't know why I said it like that. Go to sleep, little Harrow. Now all I have to do is catch it, like without hitting it. Go! Let's go! Heracross! Everybody wants a Heracross. 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 Anyways. What do we name this lovely little lady? Do we name it HB for headbutt? Now we can go through the forest, which I'm pretty certain does not have anything that we want in Elix Forest. No, there's nothing going on in Elix Forest. I'll probably just repel through it so we can avoid getting too much XP. And I threw out my voice with all my headbutting music, which is wonderful. Oh, my boss! Help me! I lost his pet duck. He's got 2 of them. You got it, Chief. I messed this up. I forgot how I'm supposed to do it. There we go. It's this. Really? One step. All right. So I encountered a Zubat. So why don't we go ahead and put that down? Because I still have not captured a Zubat. Still waiting, because I can get Zubats in plenty of places. And we're going to go back and grab our charcoal. Oh, yeah there, brother. We're going to get ourselves a little bit of a charcoal. I'm just kind of losing my mind slowly. Yeah, I don't know. It's ridiculous. All right, who am I teaching cut to? Kiki's the only one that can learn cut. Is there anybody in my box that can learn it? I mean, I know that I could just fudge it and delete the move later when I don't need it, but I would rather not. I guess Spinnerack can come into the party for now. So Drowsy Tone is going to take a break until they can evolve. So until we get to Chuck, Tone is taking a break. So I'll just add the Spinnerack in here specifically so it can cut. Are we freaking serious? The spider with nibblers and pincers cannot learn cut? What's the point of this thing? I know Bellsprout can. Thanks, peepers. All right, let's roll. Oop, nope. I want to go back to my bag. There we go. Yeah, the headbutting mechanic along with the honey mechanic. It's like, they're both bonkers. Alrighty. Let's go Route 34. Is there anything on Route 34 that I want? I can get execute, I believe, by headbutting trees. So we are going to remain. We're going to remain encounterless for now. I don't think you have a grass move yet. Famous last words. That's only a level 9 hop hip. I'm sure I'm fine. Encounter routing on this game is bad because they needed to save space. All right. Abishar. You, however, might have something to be afraid of. So we'll swap into Mortimer. And I'm going to get seeded, which is a little unfortunate. I love the Gen 4 Bulbasaur sprite, by the way. It's such a little fella. Like, usually Bulbasaur is a little bit stockier, but that Bulbasaur is such a cute little fella, you know? I adore it. Okay. But only half of the trees that yield encounters. So it's like, you know, 30% on the trees it works on. If they 30% of the time, it works every time. Every tree. All right. My wife gave me a cell phone because she doesn't know where I am. Call me. You want to hear about your egg? Bam, 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 wow, do 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 do. All right. Thunderbolts. Substitute? Substitute could be fun. Why not? And rest. Rest, the only Pokemon that I would maybe use rest on is fodder, so I'm not gonna bother. I'll grab a second flamethrower so fodder can have it. As well as Growlithe. Heracross trees only have mons 3 to 5 on non-Heracross. Oh, that's interesting. That's good to know for the future. Thank you, CL. All right, so let's load up. Did I save it? I did. All right, so hold on here. Let's stop that, and let's bring up... let's give ourselves a Firestone and a Moonstone. Cool. All right. So first things first. We're going to give the charcoal to Mort. If the holder moves after the foe, its accuracy will be boosted. We can give that to Kilo, just because all the rock moves, once he starts learning other moves, like Rock Slide and stuff, have a lower accuracy. So I think that that'll be useful, because it will always be slow as hell. So that's fine. Oh yeah, Hammer Arm and Rock Throw both have a 90, so that's perfect. Oh yeah, I forgot that Fodder had like a maxed out attack stat, which is just silly. I should backtrack to teach it Headbutt then, huh? Let's go do that. Go buy some repels first. You don't have what I'm looking for. Yeah, buy some Ultra Balls. And Max Repels. Nice. 42, 44. Yeah, I knew I could have backtracked to 46. But I didn't want to have to go all the way back. So I'm glad that I didn't. But hold on, let's pop one of these boys quick. And just head back to Azalea Forest. Or Elix Forest, rather. So I can grab Headbutt on Fodder. Because like I said, I forgot that it has such a bonkers attack stat. As bonkers as a Wigglytuff can be. There we go. So I'll Pound, Feint Attack, Sing, at least for now. Okay. They're going to be home soon. That's fine. Should at least be able to take care of Whitney before we, before they get home. I hope. We'll see. Oop. Brick Break. No, Brick Break, it learns on 19, I think is what it is. I know I'm thinking out loud. I'm sorry. Okay. So, so where are we? Rare Candy. I'll get Fodder to 19 because I do not think I'll have to use it a whole heck of a lot. In Whitney's gym. Kiki on 18, so that way we can evolve and get our Croconaw. Oh, I also need to post a community thing tonight when we're done streaming. There's a hold on, what is... I know it's metal, but hold on. I gotta get the exact YouTube channel. Hold up, guys and gals. Where? Metal Fear. He does like Fakemon, like design review stuff. Hey, what's going on, Dash? Yeah, we got to Goldenrod. He asked if he could make some videos like highlighting some of his favorite Pokemon from Etheria. So the first half of that video came out. So I will definitely make a community post about that a little later on. You know, I'm trying to direct people to obviously come and watch, you know, the larger Etheria video stream, but also maybe to join the Discord and hang out and talk about the game that Maeve's working on. But yeah, no, we're in Goldenrod. We spent about 20 minutes headbutting trees for Heracrosses, but I got him, baby. So we're doing that now. So we're going to move Pokemon. Let's get Heracross up in here instead of Peepers because I don't think I need Cut anymore. Conan will go back in the group once we get to Chuck because he'll be a Hypno and I will need him then. Shell Bell, we will definitely give that to HB. HB for Headbutt because I sang about Headbutt and trees for, you know, a good 25 minutes. And here we are now. But yeah, my mother-in-law will be home with Evie in probably the next 10 minutes or so. So she says that Evie wants her to do bedtime. So assuming that that is, you know, what we're doing, I'll be able to keep on playing for a while. Yeah, man. Yeah, so I got an APOM in Azalea Town. But then I backtracked to 33 and headbutted trees for like 25 minutes. Until we got what we needed. All right, we're going to go to 17 for now because I will likely need HB to get me through the gym. Let's go ahead and teach him. Where is it? Sword Stance. So we have, I'll get rid of Lear for that. Boom. All right. So we got Kilo, more, Winzip, Fodder. All right, so let's evolve more. Although, I guess, what level does Growlithe learn Crunch on in Gen 4? Hold on. Growlithe, Gen 4 learn set. Because that would be the only thing I wait for. Level 42? Okay. I mean, I can wait because when I really think about it, Jasmine and Price, I can just use Heracross for. I don't need a fire Pokemon. And honestly, a charcoal boosted Growlithe might be able to take out her Steelix anyways. I don't think it has a ground move. Piloswine is Mud Bomb, so I wouldn't be able to do anything about that. Dugong, obviously, I can't. Seal and Dugong, I can't do anything against either. So it might not be a bad move to box more until after Claire. So obviously, I'm not going to use it against Claire either. Okay, what about Jigglypuff? Am I learning anything? Gen 4. I mean, I learned Gyro Ball on 33, but I mean, not like it's... And then rest on 25, but I can just go buy the rest TM. So we're safe doing the Moonstone for fodder. So we'll do that. And I will wait for the Firestone. Unless Arcanine, for some strange reason, does learn something in Gen 4. But I very much doubt it. Does not. On 39, it gets extreme speed. So I guess I would be... It's either I'm choosing Crunch or extreme speed. Well, I don't need him for Whitney, so I can think about that. But I think that maybe that means I evolve him now. I feel like I would rather have extreme speed to secure. Oh yeah, the radio sash. I feel like I would rather have the extreme speed to secure a hit than crunch when I already have bite. I already have bite, right? Yeah, I do. Heat wave, roar, bite, ember, which I can. Yeah, no, it's very frustrating. But yeah, no, you know what? Because I think that having Arcanine against Morty on the off chance that fodder can't cut it, because I don't have a Furret. Normally, I like to have a Furret because then I can use Foresight, and then it can't hit me, but I can hit it. Although, doesn't Noctowl get Foresight? I guess I could do that same play. It's just not as physically powerful because obviously Furret with Stab Headbutt just like rocks all of Morty's Pokemon. It's very funny. But yeah, no, you know what? I'm going for it. I feel like I need the better Pokemon now. Plus, I'd rather have Extreme Speed. Cool. Give fodder the Silk Scarf for even better headbutts. Alrighty, let's do this. Oh, wrong way. Oh my god, you are so cute. You want to fight me? A strange thing to want to do to a boy you think is cute, but sure thing. But identified. I guess I probably did not need to Swords Dance, but you never know. Boom. Oh yeah, Dash. So I was saying it a little bit earlier, but you were not here yet. Since earlier this week, I went on the Hex Maniac Discord, which is I think it's like one of the main resources that people use for Gen 3 hacking. And I was able to find a version of the Fire Red ROM that already had like a lot of this like stuff that I wanted in there, like extra items, more Pokemon, abilities, you know, yada yada yada. So I just started. Oh shoot, I do not want to have Kilo in. So I made like a beta 1 of a ROM hack. So I just updated the encounter tables to be Gen 1 and 2 along with all their evolutions, except for from Legends, Arceus, and Gen 9, just because I have to manually add those Pokemon in. I'll do that later. But updated all the encounter tables to be everything from Gen 1 and 2, including, like I said, future evolutions, alternate forms, blah, blah, blah. And then I updated all of the gym leaders in Elite Four to have much more difficult teams. And it works. It's not broken. I did a run. It was fun. I had a lot of fun just doing a run with my own little Pokemon game. So I am going to put a video out for that. Not the video that's coming, probably the video that comes out at the end of the month. And then I'll put the patch out there if people want to test it out and find some stuff. But I gotta add megas. I need to add. There's basically no TMs in the game, so I need to fix that. And I need to readjust the teams because I think they're still too, with the exception of the Elite Four. I think the regular gym leaders are too easy. Even though I did make them more difficult, I still think they're too easy. So I need to adjust that stuff. And the guy that made the base that I used already had the Megastones for the starters just like laying around. So if you get the Megastone for your starter and none of the other trainers have any Megas, Like Mega Blastoise just like absolutely annihilated most of the Elite Four. Like I didn't really consider how much of a menace that was going to be. So I definitely got to make some adjustments and add the other Megas and make their teams harder and give them Megas. But it's a great first little beta. I also need to figure out what gen all the movesets are from, because it's like a combination of 5 and 6. But I designed the bosses with their Gen 8 movesets in mind. So I gotta adjust more of that stuff. But anywho, HP's gonna go for a Sword Stance. Gonna get mimicked and go for a Sword Stance as well, but we can break it, grabbing ourselves the KO. Thankfully, HB is a lady, so we don't have to worry about any of this attracting nonsense. Breakthrough, the flinch, KO Miltank, and suck it, Whitney. Yeah, exactly. So I made Brock and Misty are more or less untouched. I gave Misty Psyduck instead of Staryu, and I just gave them better move sets. But like for the most part, they're fine. And then all of the other, and then I gave Surge Electabuzz instead of Pikachu, so he's a little bit stronger. But then everybody after that, I added one more Pokemon to their team and gave them okay move sets, but not necessarily like the best movesets. But yeah, like if you have a fire Pokemon, Erica still gets OHKO'd. There's literally nothing she can do about any of it. You get over to Koga if you have a psychic Pokemon or one of the Nidos. Can't do anything. It can't do anything about that. Except I did give Koga a Tentacruel. So like the only counter to Koga is the existence of Tentacruel, but if you're using a psychic Pokemon, then who cares? So, but then, yeah, then Blaine and Giovanni go back to just getting washed away. So I need to make some adjustments, but I'm comfortable with having people test it out, and then me try to do some updates and put another one out, in another month or two and go from there. Yeah, no, true. And then also the fact that I'm like, no, I'm going to do Kanto and Johto Pokemon. I think that makes sense for the Kanto League. And then I still get to Agatha, and she has three Ghost Pokemon and 3 Poison Pokemon. Because I gave her a Alolan Marowak. Well, I was like, well, if I'm using Future Evolutions, I guess I can use regional forms. So she has 3 Ghost Pokemon and 3 Poison Pokemon. So she's still just a Poison trainer. With the exception of 4 of her 6 Pokemon are Poison. So it's just, I'll need to make some adjustments. All right. So was it 25 for Morty? Yeah. All right, cool. You do that. Just north, right? Yeah. Oh, watering can. Give me. Give me. Thank you. 35. Oh, that's true, CL. Yeah, Cursula. Thank you. I appreciate that. See, for some reason, I always think that Corsola is a Gen 3 Pokemon, but you're right, it is Gen 2. That's wonderful. Thank you. Because right now, I have her leading off with an Arbok that tries to Toxic Spike. But obviously it's Arbok. But if I could lead off with Cursula and do something with that instead, that'd be fun. But I also think that aha! There we go. But yeah, I want to try to figure out how to make like my own, like the only event that I made in the game was I put a Pokeball right before you get to your stairs in your room, where if you talk to it, it gives you 200 rare candies. Like, that's the only thing, that's the only event I added into the game. So I definitely want to learn how to use more of those tools. And then, you know, maybe by time Hero and I make my newer region, I'll be comfortable enough to try to make my own game, like with my own maps and stuff. But we'll see. That might be easier to do in RPG Maker, just because the tools in RPG Maker, I think, are easier to, from what I understand, are easier to use if you don't know how to code, which I do not. Homie, you guys keep on going for flash, but I got faint attack. Hey ya. All right, so this is still my Route 36 encounter. There's nothing I can really do about that. I guess I'll try to catch it, because, like, why the hell not? Yeah. Yeah, I would say that more of my... Ooh, boy, howdy. Got you at low kick. I think that more of my favorite games are made with RPG Maker. You can do a lot more with it, because it is, you know, you have RP, you know, you're not working off of the you're not working off the ROM. So you have more stuff to work with. But that being said, you know, having a ROM is easier to distribute. People can patch it easier. You can play it on iOS and Android. So, you know, you can get more more eyes on it, or more eyes on it more easily. But a fan game, if it's good enough, will still find, you know, look at Infinite Fusion, and for the Spanish audience, you know, Z and Anil, those Losty games. You know, everything that Zwigo does, Zwigo mostly does fan games. So a lot of story-based stuff tend to be fan games, because you have more freedom to do stuff in there. I'm gonna call it legs. No, I didn't want to fight you. I'm not ready. Nope, don't want that neither. HP, there we go. And okay. Boom. And actually, I just thought of one of the Pokemon that I was asking Hero to make. I want to change a design element about it. I want to do that. And I know that I'm literally talking to all you guys right now, and I apologize, but I need to do that right now before I forget. Hooah! Um, there. Perfect. Boom. Boom. All right. Now I'll be happy. Yeah, let's not... I know, because I don't have cut any. I took cut out of my party, so I kind of have to fight these people, don't I? So let's just heal up a little bit. Need to buy more medicine when I get to Ekritique. There we go. la la, you're a little beauty boy. I want to tickle your face. Thank you. Oh my gosh. So nice. Good boy. The shack. Metronome. Thank goodness. All right. All right. So now we're going to double into the Fable as well. And we didn't get the KO. Because despite what all of you tell me, Clefable is a better Pokemon than Wigglytuff. There we go. I think I just heard... Yeah, I can hear doors closing. Slander. She's still the mascot of the channel, whether I want it or not. This is still 36, right? No, it's 37, but that's fine because it is a doopy-doop. All right, cool. We are an Ecritique, which means we got to fight... Geo Jr. and Morty. But hold on, let's do this really quick. Oh, you know what? My lighting is all messed up, but it's fine. I look all right. Let's go to the burn tower. Yeah, I can hear her. A little beanbag. Be home. Oh, I love this water pop downstairs. It's either 37 or the one that leads up to Lake of Rage. It's one of the two. I don't remember which one, but yes, Dash, we can get Stantler there. Hey, baby. Why do you need a Band-Aid for your hand? You want a boo-boo? Okay. Hold on, everybody. Give me 1 sec. Okay, there we are. Now shoot, one more thing. Heyo. But so in like 15 minutes, I need. What am I doing here? Sorry, I have to respond to a message really quick for work. In like 15 minutes, I need to go and get my I have never seen that before. Oh God, why is this happening? I need to get her room ready for bed, get her a snack, so forth and so on. So I will do that in a few minutes. We're gonna beat Morty before then, though. But first, I have to fill out this form for my day job. Completely forgot about it. Got to do that quick. Very important. Very important. How's everybody doing? We are little, but we are mighty tonight. This is the thing. Like, I love doing the Genlocke. I love playing vanilla games. I love having these little challenges that we're doing. I wish that more folks enjoyed it. I really do. There we go. Perfect. I wish more folks enjoyed it. But it's okay. I'm having a good time. DL, Dash, I know you guys are having a great time. Everybody else out there not talking, I know you're having a great time. It's fine. Reflect, that's no good because of the headbutt situation, but we have an Arcanine. All right, there we go. Flamethrower, let's go. We got that. Hurt by the poison, leading into Zubat. And that's okay, because we have an Arcanine with Flamethrower against a Zubat, which is just silly as Magnemite comes in. He calls me silly and weak, and I O-code every single one of his Pokemon with my big dog. So who's the big dog now, Geo Jr.? The answer is Arcanine. A Zubat! Do I catch the Zubat? The thing is, it's just so good in Platinum. All right, hold on. Is Crobat better here or in Platinum? Am I more likely to need it against, like, Red? I feel like in this game, usually I can overcome the situation. But I will... in this game, I'm either going to win totally or lose totally. I feel like in Platinum, I'm left at a few different points where, like, my whole team's gone and I need to rebuild. That's like my average Platinum playthrough. With Heart Gold Soul Silver, I'm either continuing or I'm done. Very all or nothing. And for that reason, I'm out. All right, here we go. The dogs all leave and enter Eunice, the man obsessed with dog. The thing is, in this game, like, what is there? Like, I already have Geodude. I already have Onix. I mean, other than Clefairy, which I think I can still buy in the game corner when I get to Celadon City. Oh, and Platinum. Oh. What's in caves with Zubat? I think still just Geodudes, right? Like, it's just like... maybe Stunky? Yeah, I don't know. Well, no, so I plan on doing Oris. because I don't want to go backwards from having the physical special splits and not having it. Plus, I love megas, so my plan is to do Oris for Gen 3. Even though that is a significantly longer game, I so rarely play the 3DS games that I wanted to make sure that I hung out them. I hung out there, you know. All right, hold on. Let's look at Mortimer's teams here. Ghastly can't do anything to me except curse. So the level 21 Haunter could put me to sleep. And then use Dream Eater. So for that reason, yeah, I mean, I have go look. Speaking of insomnia, I shouldn't have drank the rest of that coffee. In other words, Keen Eye, but I do have Drowsy, which I could put in. I'm not gonna risk Crocodile. Oh, true, it would be weak to Ghost moves. Do you have? You have pickup. I don't think I have any berries at all. Oh, I have Pesha berries. I mean, I can still put Noctowl in there. Let's get Noctowl up in there. I guess I'll use him. It might have extra sensory by the time I'm on level 25. Yeah. No, I love having Furret because like Furret can't, like, you know, other than maybe getting I think Furret can learn Swords Dance. So, oh true, yeah, Stantler would work. Hold on, let me double check. 37. The 37, yeah, I would either get, yeah, because Execute is headbutting, right? So that means that Stantler is my only option. I'm 37. Oh, I should have learned Uproar because then I can't get put to sleep either. Oh, that's fine. Oh. I'm just gonna have it evolve. And then I will go to 37 and see if I can grab Stantler. 37 north of here? No, I meant not north. This way. You silly Billy. That's 38. $42. Where the hell is 37 then? Oh, 37 is the one before this. Right? To the route I was already on. I just didn't. Oh, I had a repel popped. Hey, look at that. Get in the ball, Stanler. All right. True. Name it Blitzen or Blitz. My daughter has a little reindeer stuffed animal that my father told her was Blitzen. So now it's Blitzen and is one of her favorite stuffed animals. We will have Blitz. Blitz the Stantler. So do I do that instead of Noctowl or in addition to Noctowl? True. Yeah, Dream Eater could be a problem. Good point. Good point. Too bad I don't fur it, because like I said, just fur it with Swords Dance and Headbutt just annihilates absolutely everything. It's hilarious. And honestly, this is all because of that one Haunter. Like, the rest of it, their situation, like, does not matter to me. All right, let's get Nocto to, like, 23. I really would have thought I had a... What's it called by now? I don't need Foresight because I don't have any more normal moves. I mean, it is Swords Dance for it. Like, it eats everybody's lunch. Oh, I grab that Stantler, so let's add it to the party. Boosh, there we go. I don't need no Rock Blast. Oh, but I do need Graveler. Alrighty, I'll keep you on 24 because I do think they're okay or not because I F that one up. All right, let's do Morty because then I do need to get my daughter's room ready for bed. Get her snack ready. That whole shebang. The bedtime routine. All right, 23, 23. Let's do this. Where is my little itty bitty boy? Have a little baby toy. Medium Gregoria. Don't really appreciate that, Ghastly. Kind of messing with my whole steez here. 6? You have 6 Ghastlies? Homie. Why is this chick rocking 6 Ghastlies? Or 5? Oh, yeah, no, it's ridiculous. Well, that's a problem with, like, all the Johto gym leaders. Like, Faulkner, fine, have Pidgeotto. If Pidgeotto is going to be your ace, why don't you have a Hoot Hoot? Why do you have Pidgey and Pidgeotto? Why does Bugsy not have Ariados? Like, or Ladian. You know, Bugsy should have Ariados and Ladian. Or if you still want Scyther to be, or if you still want Scyther to be his ace, then, you know, fine. But, like, instead of having Metapod and Kakuna, like, have literally anything. Yeah, wicked nasty for sure. That's fine. Curse yourself, big girl. Hello, my name is Goggle. All right, Edith. I know, right? They're all trying to do me like that. Not very nice. Edith's the only one that fought me, and it was still dirty. This lady too. Hot, 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 hot. Yeah, right? Every single one of them is just trying to do me like that. Bad beans. All right, now we're ready to fight Mortimer. Oh, geez, oh, guys, I got ghost Pokemon, man. I don't know. What do you mean? That last one was... None of those were good. Like, I do some okay impressions. Morty isn't one of them. Anyways. Is there anything... So, let's fight Mort. I think this is just how we're going to do it. And let's see what it do. What it do, Beardface? Morty starts with Gaslight. Who goes for a spite, but joke's on you. I'm slow as hell. Leading into Haunter. Which this is the problem Haunter. It went for a curse, though, instead of a hypnosis, so that's an interesting move, but that's fine. So now we have Gengar, the level 25 Gengar. So this one is just going to try to sucker punch me, because it can't do anything else. So it looked me. So it's going to try to go for all of its sucker punches. So 1, 2, there we go. Let's go. Freaking crit, my guy. Yeah, seriously. Morty used a Hyper Potion. Reflect wore off. I'm going to use my Reflect and go for... Oh, it put me to sleep. It looked me, right? But that's fine. I'm just waiting for it to go through all of its whatchamaboos. Sucker punches. There we go. Reflect wore off. Second Haunter. This one is probably going to go for Curse and then try to lock me in, but it's going to go down, and we're done. Nocto did what Nocto do. Thank you, my friend. All right. I like forgetting the Fog Badge. Pokemon from level 50 will obey you. Like, all right, like, my assumption is it's because it wanted... Game Freak wanted you to bring your Pokemon into this game. So, like, that's why you can control such powerful Pokemon so quickly. But it's also just, like, it feels so arbitrary. You know? Like, I don't know, level 50. That'd probably be fine. Just, it's insane. All right, so let's put Drowsy in there because he'll be able to evolve. But honestly, I'm not in a great spot to deal with Chuck, huh? I guess Heracross, I'll have Intimidate. Yeah, these three are gonna have to do it. Chucky. Okay. All right. I'll be back in like 5 or 6 minutes. I need to make sure that Evie's listening to her grandmother, and I need to get her room ready for her for bedtime. So I'll be back in like 5 or 6 minutes. everyone. We are back. Have we lost anyone? Just got in. No. Hey, Dylan. Hey, Garrison. We are good. We have not lost anybody. We are in good shape here. So we just beat Morty. Did I switch my team out? I did, because we got to go and head towards our boy. 31 for the level cap on Chuck. I'm gonna get Tonin up to 26 just so he evolves into Hypno. I'm gonna try to avoid any more encounters along the way. I made sure to buy some repels, so we'll be in good shape for that. In another like 20 minutes or so, maybe like 25 minutes, I need to get, my wife will be home from dinner, so I need to go and get her food ready. So I will get, pardon my language. I don't know how long I'll be gone for. So I might pause the stream. Like I might end the stream and then start a new one. As long as Evie doesn't have any issues with bedtime. I'll have to see where we're at. 26 for Tonin, right? No, I'm gonna keep Psycho Cut instead of Psybeam. Okay, cool. Yeah, we're good. Boom. All right, we got Hypno now. And Shadow Claw. Shadow Ball. I thought it was Shadow Claw we got. Yeah, so for Chuck, I mean, I'll have Tonin, I'll have Nocto, and then I'll have Heracross, because Heracross will, I can Swords Dance, on the Poliwrath, on Primate, rather, and then, Aerial Ace, because it always goes for double team on its first turn. So I'll take that opportunity to Swords Dance up, and then, I'm pretty sure I outspeed it, or even if I don't, it's not gonna kill me. Oh no, because Focus Punch I think goes last no matter what, right? So yeah. Heracross will probably be all I need, but just in case I'm gonna keep Nocto in the party and I'm gonna hold on to Tonin. But let's head over. I gotta go west, right? I want to try and beat Chuck before I have to log off. I can skip most of these trainers. And we can repel up. Because, yeah, I think that the move I'm going to have to do is stop the stream, and then assuming bedtime goes well. Because, if I'm being honest, I love that my mother-in-law and my mother help out with bedtime. But she's usually a little excited, so she takes a while to fall asleep. So, we'll see. All right, we're in Olivine City. I gotta go check on Amphi. Well, let's go grab Surf first before I forget. Oh no, it's the guy in the place. Ugh, I always do this. It's all right. I'll go get Amphi first. I always get confused and think that it's that guy that gives you Surf, but it's not. It's the guy in the geisha house that gives you Surf. Every single freaking time, man. Every time. No, Al, I don't want you to call me. So frustrating. Putting my lady asleep. Bum, bum, ba-dum, bum. Swapping the Tony. I don't think anybody on the squad is teleport. I don't want your number, bro. It's fine. The only thing is it's harder to I don't know why it's hard. I don't think I can. I'm very articulate. it is more difficult to avoid the trainers going back the other way. For what that's worth. So that kind of stinks. But otherwise, it's not that big of a deal. Bum, bum, ba, bum, bum. They're still upstairs. I feel like nobody knows how long a bath. Once again, I shouldn't complain. I'm getting assistance. I've been upstairs for like 40 minutes. That kid don't take no 40-minute bath. I'll tell you that right now. That kid take like 15 minutes, maybe 20 if I'm letting her play a little bit extra. But Daddy's gonna have to go up there in a minute and see what's up. Okay. And then for tomorrow, normally I would have a babysitter for tomorrow as well. But my mom's sick. So I don't know if she's feeling better, then great. If not, then but if I come on, it would be a later stream. But normally Friday and Saturday, we try to watch a movie together, or if we're not going out or something. So, I don't know. We'll find out. Tomorrow will be, like, on the fly kind of a deal. All right, so let's head back to Ecruteak quick. Ugh. I don't think anybody has teleport. No. None of these guys can teleport. That's fine. Dun, 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 dun. Aha! You shall not pass. Now we gotta go find that Team Rocket grunt that dances really poorly. Dance with me, show me a dance move, show me your dance moves. I don't think so, Buster. I'll show you these dance moves. Womp, 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 womp. We win. That's how you do it, everybody. My word, that was the greatest dancing I've ever seen. Take surf. Goodbye. Thank you. Do. Slam dunk the funk. Everybody go into that funky bunk. Real's the bunk. Huzzah. So I do need to add Crocodile back into the party. For this. Take Graveler out because there's I did not remember that, but that sounds like literally the worst thing in the world because the Kimono Girls fight I think is more difficult than I think the Kimono Girl fight is more difficult than Lance. Like I think it's like the hardest fight in the first half of the game, which is an insane thing to say, but it's how I feel, you know? Oh, I can see my daughter giving her grandmother guff. No, I didn't want to encounter Tentacle. Whatever, you can encounter them everywhere. This is 39. Olivine City 40. Want to save that for later? Oh, I didn't know this lady wanted to fight me. I was not paying attention. Yes. Hi, my love. Evie.
Put my dirty underwear on my
On you? Oh, that's so silly. All right, let's get to Chucky. I got 10 minutes before I gotta stop. No, I don't want this. I want to fight. Yeah, no, I did get lucky. Oh, sorry. Yes, I was reading that wrong. I thought you meant me running back to Eckertreek. But no, I mean, that helps it out a little bit. But yeah, the fact that it's just that little mini gauntlet right there, and like that shouldn't make it. I do feel like if you have a solid, I mean, honestly, a Pokemon like maybe fodder. But like, I don't know what the ideal Pokemon for that situation is. Or maybe because Magneton's not going to work because of Flareon. I'm just not sure. I'm not sure what the best option is. All right, so let's go ahead, get everybody close to the level cap, which is 31, right? I'm not going to bother fighting Eunice, at least not right now. Get to 29. Do you think that maybe I might need to teach? No, I'll Nocto. I'll have Fly after this. But I guess it'd be nice to have Fly for this, but I know I can't get it yet. All right, we got that. Yeah. You're not high enough to have a Dragonite yet, but Dragon Air would still be decent. And yeah, a solid normal type, so maybe like a Stantler or Girafarig. I know that Umbreon could be a problem for Girafarig, but so yeah, maybe Stantler, and just hope that you can stomp your way through. All right. Bum, bum, bum. All right, let's fight these couple of black belts, take on Chucky, and then I'll call the stream for now. So for everybody in Europe, I'm sorry that I don't know if I'm coming back on or not. I apologize in advance. I'll see how bedtime goes, but all right, so let's take care of you. Itomo-chan. Going for that aerial ace. Big hit. Ice Punch comes in, doing more than I thought it would, but that's okay. Hitmonchan goes down. I should have grabbed some more potions. I always forget to do that. Go. Down it goes. Heal up a little bit with my shield barrel, leading into the chokester, who we can take down quite low, heal back up a little bit more, and all it does is go for the leer, which is wonderful, which means one more takes it down. We take down Knob. Lee, and then we go boom. Done. See you later, Hitmonlee. And we beat the Yosh. All right, perfect. And let's get everybody to 31. Do not want takedown. 30. Noctowl chonky lad, man. Like, look at this. Giving Wigglytuff a run for its money with this HP. That crunch on Kiki. Wonderful. I always forget it's 30. I always forget that this thing evolves so damn early. Alrighty. Boom. So let's see what we can do here against Charles. We shall do battle. All right, Charles is going to send in a Primeape, and we send in 8B. Going for a Swords Dance, you should go for a double team, because you always go for a double team. Which means, of course, we can go for the Aerial Ace and grab the KO on Primeape, which leads into Poliwrath, who's going to go for a Focus Punch if they get the chance. Oh, maybe not. Body Slam. Getting the paralysis. Oh, my gosh. Woo, boy, howdy, that was close. All right. Hey, oh, you know what? It worked. We are good. HB pulling through. My lady. Damn, girl. All right. Good job, HB. And now we got Fly as well. So that is wonderful. Holy smokestacks. Okay. So I'm going to call it for now. I am going to go make sure bedtime goes the way it's supposed to go. I'm going to make sure I gotta get dinner ready for my wife. She'll be home from work in like 10 minutes. I don't know if I'll be back on tonight. I'd like to be, but I'll know in a little while. So check out the Discord. I'll let everybody know if I'm going back on in there, or just, you know, if you're still awake in the next half hour, if you're over in Europe, and if I'm not back in the next half hour, then I won't be back. Tomorrow, like I said, up in the air. Friday, if I have a babysitter, I'll be on Friday. I'll be on tomorrow afternoon. If we don't have a babysitter, then I don't know, because we normally do stuff on Friday nights. Just, you know, take out movie, little date night while Evie's sleeping. So we'll see. But either way, hey, next time we come back, whether it's you know, in 40 minutes, or if it's tomorrow, or if it's on Monday, or some other time this weekend, we're gonna get the back half of Johto, because it just flies by. And then we'll be heading hopefully into the Kanto region again after that. But I will see you all in a little while, or tomorrow, or next week. Smell you later. I'll dash it first. I'll smell you later. I was supposed to hit end stream there.